Hello, this is Unlimited Splash, where I play too many colors and try to get away with it. Today, I'm playing in the Arena Direct sealed event, where if you get 6 wins before your second loss, you get to win a play booster box. If you get 7 wins before your second loss, you get 2 play booster boxes of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Before I jump into the event, I just want to say I'm a brand new Magic the Gathering content creator. I post a new limited game every single day, usually a draft of the current set. So if that appeals to you and you think that's cool, please subscribe to my channel. I'll put a link in the description. I have been having really bad luck in sealed in this format. I won one regional championship qualifier, and then all of my Arena Direct buy-ins have been a disaster. And this is my last buy-in, absolutely no doubt. So I've hit my budget, and in these events, by the way, it is important to keep a budget and not just keep clicking and joining in. So this is the last one, which means I really hope that I am going to get some good rares, because I do think rares matter a lot in this format. So let's jump in and see what we got. Okay, so 6 cards is pretty good. And we have Momo Friendly Fire, pretty good card. Wartime Protesters is a top bomb in the format. Wan Shi Tong is probably the top bomb in the format. These two cards don't necessarily go together. I would say these two go in a very different deck from Wan Shi Tong. But to go with Wan Shi Tong, we also have Azula, another top card, and Legend of Kyoshi. Legend of Kyoshi is pretty good. Wan Shi Tong is just absolutely cracked. It just wins games entirely on its own. Azula is very conditional. It's actually a very interesting card. But I'm immediately wondering if there's something I can put together in the Grixis space that puts all these 3 cards in the same deck. And maybe we have an option to go in more of a Sultai direction. And finally, we have the Mechanist. What is this? So a 3/3 for 2 and a white. At the beginning of your end step, untap each other artifact creature you control. 4 tap, make a 5/5 artifact named Zeppelin with flying and crew 3. And it's a 3/3 for 3 vigilance, which is really not a bad stat line in the first place. I haven't gotten to play with this. Actually, I'm not even sure what set this bonus sheet card is from, but that is a real effect for sure. I think that could be a really good card in sealed, actually. Okay. And by the way, I really like these bonus sheet cards because they test your card evaluation in real time. You can't just like lean back on experience. You have to think like, is this actually good? And I totally think this is good. So maybe like some Esper kind of a deck is the best shell for this. No matter what, absolutely bar nothing, I am playing blue because Wan Shi Tong is that kind of a bomb. Okay, so we have Momo Friendly Fire, we have Compassionate Healer, Triple Razor Rings, Water Tribe Rally is a great card. Avatar Enthusiast, the Mechanist, we have On the Last Airbender, and we could possibly play Airbender's Reversal. So our white is looking okay. I mean, On the Last Airbender is fantastic. Lita Mechanical Engineer looks great, and Water Tribe Rallier is a top uncommon. Momo's probably fine, and the first non-lemur creature spell with flying would include Ong, and it would include Wan Shi Tong. So those cards do go together. Benevolent River Spirit as well is a non-lemur card with flying. Does Momo discount Benevolent River Spirit? I'm going to have to look that up. Same with First Time Flyer. Mr. Paku, Otter Penguin. I love Otter Penguin. Flexible Waterbender. Oh, Tio. So we could go with some kind of a flying theme here. Iguana Parrot, technically, I mean, it's not like a great card. Same with North Pole Patrol. And then Serpent of the Past is like a okay top end. Double Callous Inspector is something. Azula Always Lies. Judy. Double Merchant. Double Tundra Tank. Azula. We have a sold out. Double Canyon Crawler. Black is not looking super amazing. Okay, double Fire Nation Cadets. We have a Porcupine. We have double Treetop Fighters. Wartime Protesters is just such an unbelievable card, but it does need allies in order for it to be any good. Mongoose Lizard, and I'm really not seeing a lot of allies, to be honest. Turtleneck Sparring Dummy, Ostrich Horse, Rockalanche, Foggy Swamp Vinebender. Our green is actually terrible. That's kind of nice because it simplifies things, but I mean, these are just very bad green cards. And then Legend of Kyoshi. Looking less and less likely that we'll splash the Legend of Kyoshi. Double Cat Owl, which does go kind of nice with Momo. Cat Owl is good on turn 3, but otherwise not that great a card. Poxbear's Messenger Hawk. I love the Messenger Hawk. Azula could play Abandoned Attachments. A bunch of... Well, here's where our allies are at. I do like Guru Pathic. Ong's Journey is good. Okay, I was wondering how our fixing would look, and it's actually okay. Like, we could totally play Barrels. We could totally play Rumble Arena. We do have a lot of, like, just not very good cards at all. But I think our power, the top end of our power is strong enough that let's sort the colors and see where it leads us. Okay, this is really interesting. So we actually left out a good number of cards As I always say, discretion is a better part of splashing. I believe that's a common expression. I think, it's just crystal clear to me that our green is not getting there with the double turtleneck, sparring dummy, rock avalanche, foggy zone, findbender, and invasion tactics. And then we do have Legend of Kyoshi, but this is not as amazing a card as it appears. And it is double green, so it's really hard to picture splashing that. So I think we're cutting the ostrich horse, and probably Legend of Kyoshi is not where we're going to be at. Looking at our red, we have a huge pull into red. Wartime Protesters is one of the best cards in the format. But everything else in red is not that amazing. I mean, we could, in terms of common, like what are our playable commons? First of all, you have no interaction. It's not like we got a bunch of firebending lessons. We have double Fire Nations Cadets, which is a fine card. Jets Brainwashing and Porcupine, Treetop Freedom Fighters. These are all on the borderline of playability. I do like Mongoose Lizard. You could imagine a world where the Mongoose Lizard is just like a mountain cycler that helps us splash into Wartime Protesters. So I have my eye on Wartime Protesters if we end up with like a ton of allies. Even a Wartime Protesters plus like first time flyer is pretty sweet. It just immediately gives you like a 2/3 flyer. This thing is already a 4/4 haste for 4, which is something, could be worse. So I'm thinking about that, but basically I'm already cutting red. Looking at the cards that we really want to play, okay, I want to play on Wan Shi Tong every single time that I see it. So I'm very likely to be playing blue. And then the most natural color pair with blue is to play white. I do think the Mechanist seems like a bomb to me. Not like an unbelievable bomb, but even it like you play, think about it this way. You play it on turn 3, and it's a 3/3 Vigilance. Turn 4, you could do your thing, you do whatever you want to do. Or at the end of their turn, you make a 5/5 vehicle. Like on turn 4, it's so hard for them to attack into you because... Oh, actually, it's not quite true. You can't make it and crew it on the same turn. But every turn after that, the Mechanist like makes a 5/5 vehicle, and this thing has flying as well. And then the Mechanist can crew the vehicle because it's a 3/3. So the Mechanist is your body for crewing the vehicle. It really looks like a win condition to me. So I feel like I really do want to play that card. My black is not so good at common level, but I have several good black cards. If I can possibly swing the double black splash, which I'm really not so sure about, but if I can, I do love Azula. It would be really nice to get to play Azula. Azula was largely responsible for my victory at a regional championship qualifier recently, so that's getting pretty tough on the mana, but with double Canyon Crawler, maybe we can use Canyon Crawler as a bit of a black fixer. And then we have Judy, Azula Always Lies, and Callous Inspector, like very bad pulls into black. So I'm going to build like a blue-white flyers with a black splash, probably ignoring Wartime Protesters for now, and we'll see what that looks like. Okay, so this is what blue-white looks like if I try to shoehorn in a splash for Azula. Immediately, I really don't like the mana. Splashing for the double black pips, it's just really brutal. Like, you need to have 2 sources of black out at the same time. I kind of need to play like a whole bunch of splashing, and going as low as 7 blue and 7 white kind of sucks when I think this deck really wants to be playing on curve. So it's kind of a shame to be leaving so many really good bombs in the sideboard, like, leaving out Azula, Legend of Kyoshi, what else? The red hasty one, the Wartime Protesters. But I think it's probably the way that it has to be done, because I just don't really have support. I mean, the other thing I could do is play like a super splashy deck that plays like triple ostrich horse. I think there are two other things that I want to look at. Three things I want to look at. Number 1, super streamlined blue-white. What happens if I'm only playing blue-white? I don't even splash black at all. Or maybe I just play like Barrels of Blasting Jelly, Rumble Arena, one other black source, and a sold out. The other thing that I could do is try to make it more base blue-black. I think Wan Shi Tong is almost like I can't not play Wan Shi Tong. But then if you add up how good Water Tribe Rallier, Momo with all the flyers, the Mechanist, and Ong are, they at least add up to Wan Shi Tong. So it's kind of hard to get away from playing blue and white heavily. But okay, gonna look at blue-white streamlined. Gonna look at a more black-based deck that would get to play Wan Shi Tong and Azula and maybe splashing some white or something, but like more heavily in blue-black. And then the last thing that I want to look at is this super splashy plan that uses like triple Ostrich Horse, Sparring Dummy, Barrels of Blasting Jelly, Ong's Journey, and a bunch of this other stuff in order to get to play Legend of Kyoshi, Azula, Wan Shi Tong, and just everything all in one deck. So let's look at those three in a row. So this is what blue-white looks like. Honestly, I think the deck is pretty good. Maybe instead of Iguana Parrot, I play Serpent or something like that. But I think the curve looks good. Maybe cut one cat out. Yeah, I'm not sure. There's some things to figure out here just to make the curve right. Balance power versus curve. But look, it's got a really good curve. Actually, like a really good curve. It's not a huge number of 2-drops, but a pretty good number. And then I have 2 proper bombs. I think the Mechanist is maybe not quite like a mega bomb level, but Mechanist, Wan Shi Tong, Ong. Tio is actually, I think, pretty good in this context. And Momo's, I think, very well supported in this deck. So I do feel like I have the power. I think this deck could conceivably trophy, but it's not like a, knocking it out of the park, oh, this is obviously my build kind of a situation. So I'm just going to record this one, keep it in my mind, and then let's go look at the other 2. Okay, blue-black looks a little something like this, and I just immediately, I'm playing basically every blue and black card in my pool. Oh, whoops, I left some Canyon Crawlers on the sideboard. Those would make the cut, but they do not solve the problem with this deck, which is just playing way too many bad cards, and the curve is terrible. I'm having to play like Zilla on the Hunt is fine, whatever, but like double Callous Inspector does have a Judy, but no other support really. Technically, this does have synergy with like Judy and Otter Penguin, but it's just not really where I want to be. Double Merchant of the Hats plus North Pole Patrol and Iguana Parrot just to have 3 drops, and then a Flexible Waterbender and double Cat Owl with no real reason to be playing them. So immediately I think this just puts me right back into the Esper space. Can I find a way, like what is the right amount of black to splash while still playing a tuned blue-white deck with a good curve? Okay, now I'm going to go really unlimited splash. I'm going to pull off all the limits on the splash, and let's see if we can use those the triple ostrich horses and just try to pack every bomb into one deck. Okay, I got about this far and kind of decided I literally just don't even have enough green cards. Like the point of this deck would be base green for the advantage of playing Legend of Kyoshi whenever we see it, and also getting to play, and also, capitalizing on the fact that the ostrich horse is our main mana fixing. These are only 3 colorless mana fixing as Rumble Arena, Barrels, and Ong's Journey. We've essentially do we literally have no dual lands? I didn't even notice that until right now. We have not one single dual land, which is really funny. So this just looks like a mess. Like there's absolutely no way to build on this green basis. I am unlimited splash, but there is clearly a limit to this splash. So let's go back to Esper and let's just try to find the best either pure blue-white or blue-white with a minor black splash deck that we can. Okay, so I think our deck, honestly, I think it just looks something like this. I could not figure out an Esper build because we basically have only 2 black cards worth playing. This is almost an aggro deck, weirdly. Like, we don't have any of the blue counters and no card advantage other than Wan Shi Tong. But it's basically just a classic old school, like, core set flying deck. It used to be you would just put enough cards with flying in your limited deck and you would just win by evasion. And we're hoping that that still holds true somehow in 2025. If I get absolutely clobbered game 1, then I'll go back to the drawing board and I'll see if I can pack some more power into this deck. But I actually think this deck has plenty of power if you look at like the Mechanist plus Ong plus Wan Shi Tong, etc. So yeah, I also put in Abandoned Attachments just to give us one more lesson for First Time Flyer, plus like, I don't know, a late draw of Pretending Poxbearers, that kind of a thing could be a big issue, and we really want to be finding our bombs consistently. I might rather have the 3rd Razor Rings over Airbender's Reversal, but I think Razor Rings is not that good, and it has huge diminishing returns. Like having 2 Razor Rings in your hand when they have a 5/5 is pretty brutal. So I think putting in 1 Airbender's Reversal makes sense also to interact with First Time Flyer. So, and Master Paku technically, but mostly I just have this in here as a 2-drop. Yeah, so I don't know. It's not like my favorite deck I've ever built, but I think it has the consistency. Going for consistency, high creature density and evasion, and just a really good curve, that can pick up some games of sealed magic. This hand is pretty good, right? We can get a turn 3 Ong, turn 2 Razor Rings if that's relevant. I think we're on the play. Are we? Maybe not. I like their fancy sleeves. Not sure if we're on the play, but it's a pretty aggressive hand. The 4 lands is maybe not. We basically don't want to draw any more lands like ever, but I don't know. Turn 3 Ong could be pretty cracked. Okay. The lemur's doing some work. So I play this before combat because I believe it buffs Momo. And in with Momo. All right. All right, we're getting some stuff done. Okay, this one does not have vigilance, unlike the other Momo, the uncommon Momo. Okay. So that's definitely a turn 3 Ong target. Turn 3 Ong. The first time flyer is looking pretty weak. We'll airbend your rallier, get +1, and in for 3. The beatdown is real. I mean, hey, we curved out. We went 1, 2, 3. Getting a 4-drop ahead of schedule. Oh, don't remove my Ong. They're not really in removal colors. Earthbender Ascension. Okay. Yeah. Ramping. I mean, that's an amazing card. Getting more lands is not what we want. Do I want a North Pole Patrol? Probably not. I just have so many better draws than this. I mean, is it better than average is the question. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands already, meaning there are 12 lands in here. This is definitely worse than the average card in my deck, right? I would way rather have a flying creature or any interaction. Yeah, this is definitely worse than average. I'm punished if I get a land, but this is definitely worse than average. So put that on the bottom and in with everybody. I'm glad that I put the Skyline in my deck. All right, if they don't have removal, then it's looking okay. If they have a single flyer, then it's looking okay because we have Razor Rings for that. First time flyer is looking really weak, but it's more damage. If they attack, I'll definitely just take it. I have no reason to play Razor Rings until they demonstrate having a flyer. So I'll take it. Okay, the arena just totally gave away that I have Razor Rings. Okay, I'm punished. All right, well, I have you on a 1-turn clock. Yeah, I definitely should play my lands because of Wan Shi Tong. Ooh, really flooded. Maybe I'm supposed to be on 16 lands with this deck. I want to play big Wan Shi Tongs, but maybe I really am supposed to be on 16 lands. Also, there's Benevolent River Spirit. So Benevolent River Spirit and Wan Shi Tong, I'm just looking at my deck list on the side. Those are my only cards that cost more than 4. Okay, maybe this is a 16 lander, but what would I play instead? Like a Razor Rings? My other Razor Rings? Barrels of Blasting Jelly? I don't know. All right, well, they don't seem to have an obvious removal spell here. But it seems they do have an answer. It's not like they've conceded or anything. So we'll see what it is. This is why Razor Rings is so weak. If it were like Airbender's Lesson, then I could handle a removal spell. Okay, it looks like they're going to jump a creature. No, you're going to play Soka, and you still have a mana. So yes, it looks like they're going to jump a creature here. No, you just tapped your last creature. Did we get there? Kind of looks like it. All right, nice game 1. They had a totally sweet deck, so we kind of flooded. So that makes me pretty optimistic. Okay, I'm going to investigate turning this into a 16 lander before game 2. But that was a nice game 1. Okay, I decided on I don't really want to go down to 16. Like it's on me for keeping a 4 lander. 16 seems like it's just kind of asking for trouble. I have enough mana sinks, and I want to always be able to play my 4 drops on curve. Okay, I mean, this is a hand. This is a hand. This is a hand. If they're really fast, I could be in trouble. I love my card quality. If they don't remove TO, that alone, you know, it's a very slow card. 4 drops that don't have an ETB and don't have hexproof or ward are risky business, especially against black. But, you know, I mean, if it gets to go off, it kind of has an ETB, sort of, in the sense that it does do something the first turn that you play it. That's a good one. That's a really, really good card. I do think Razor Rings lines up nicely against it, I will say. Not having anything before turn 3 is horrible for me. Horrible for me. I mean, they're just like rushing out of the gate, and I'm doing just absolutely nothing. All right, so you may draw a card, you may attack, and I'm actually just going to Razor Rings because I can't bear to be taking 2 every turn. It does give you a clue back, but I gain some life. You take some more damage where you're already taking a lot of damage. Okay, so I'll play... I don't think I'll Wan Shi Tong for 1 here. I'll play Messenger Hawk. I do really want to get a land. Tio should help me with that. Probably trying to draw land and discarding Master Paku is the goal. I always think it's called Mr. Paku. It's so funny. Yep, you can draw a bunch of stuff if you want to. I really need to pressure their life total. Oh, they did not hit anything. So the question is, do I want to just crack my clue to try to draw a land? Drawing a land would be really nice. I don't think so because Compassionate Healer is just really good here, I think. I really want to land. It does also pressure their life total more. Okay, so I'm going to tap. I'm just going to try to draw a land. If I don't draw a land, I'm at least making it like taking a non-land off the top. Ugh. So we're both stuck on lands. That is really crummy. Tolls of War. Yep. So then you sack a clue and you get a 1/1, I assume. And then you're going to put a lot into that bucket, aren't you? Okay, get me a land so I can play Ong. Okay, that's a land. That is a land. Really happy about that. Put that on the bottom. No, I mean, that's a great draw. I'm going to play Ong to get rid of this guy and just put more pressure on your life total. Otherwise, they might be able to like make it really chunky. I'm just going to say like you have to find a creature. And not only that, they have to find a creature and sacrifice enough to give the thing lifelink, potentially. Epic Downfall on Ong is fine. That's an indignity that Wan Shi Tong does not need to suffer. And then I'm definitely just playing Tio and attacking. Tio combos so nicely with Messenger Hawk. The only question is, if they play a land, they're going to get a 4/4 lifelinker. So do I want to do something about that? I could play... Yeah. I don't really want to block with Wan Shi Tong, do I? So Wan Shi Tong, I can play it for 1, which would make it a 3/3, so it would die to this. Yeah, no. Yeah. It looks like they're getting away with it. They're going to get to Obsessive Pursuit for 4. Yeah. Well, I'm going to play Tio. I'm going to attack. Draw a card. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a really nice one. I'll pitch... Is it Paku? Yeah, it's probably Paku over the Enthusiasts. Oh, maybe I actually want to keep Paku instead of the Enthusiasts. Put a counter on Messenger Hawk. Put you at 6. Play a land. And then, yeah, great draw. Play my Momo. Momo makes Wan Shi Tong cheap. Okay, so I have to really, really think here. If they got a land, they can crack in for 4 with lifelink, but then I'm going to get in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 next turn. Secret Tunnel. Yeah, so I think they're going to go for it. They're going to draw 1,000 cards, go in with lifelink just to not die. I think it makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in their hand. So they're in such a funny spot because they couldn't find a creature for Obsessive Pursuit. It's basically just Phyrexia and Arena-ing them. Okay, Swamp Snare Trap. So they're not going to go for the lifelink play. Interesting. Oh, you also have something for Tio. Okay, I actually don't hate that at all. You put a counter on it, and I'll take it. I actually don't hate that at all because Tio lives to fight another day. So... I can't actually activate Momo unless I play Wan Shi Tong. I'm not going to kill them this turn, so I think I just want to Wan Shi Tong at the end of their turn. So the idea would be I attack with Momo. I'm going to pitch like Waterbender or something, so I'm getting in with Momo for 2, putting them down to 3. Then next turn, then they go down to 2 from Obsessive Pursuit. Suppose that they spend their turn cracking 3 clues. They can crack back for 5, putting them back up to 7. End of turn, I'm going to play Wan Shi Tong for x equals 2. No, for x equals 4, making it a 5/5, and they'd be at 7. And then everything together would kill them. Okay, I like that line. I like that line. So I'm going to draw a card, discard a non-land. Let's pitch the Waterbender. Put the counter on Momo. Oh, Wan Shi Tong actually costs 1 less. Forgot about that. So I can play it for x equals 5, right? Each of your turns. I don't care about the counter enough. I really want the surprise factor. I want them to have to make their decisions before they see that I'm landing a Wan Shi Tong. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in their hand. 1, 2, 3. So they would have 1 mana left over after going for the lifelink attack. They might just remove Momo and hope that that's good enough, in which case I think that's good for me. Okay, you get a 1/1. Yeah, yep. You do. So currently, Momo is a must-answer threat. Momo alone is a must-answer threat. Well, looks like they're going for it. Okay, so they're going to crack in for 5, go up to 7. So they're not expecting a Wan Shi Tong here. Because who does expect a Wan Shi Tong? So can I play Wan Shi Tong and block? No, I do not want to get Yip Yipped. Actually, Yip Yip is irrelevant here, right? Yip Yip is irrelevant here. Because they could Yip Yip their 1/1 to block, but that's okay. I'm just going to take... You hit me. It's fine. I mean, I don't love it, but that's what happens. And then I Wan Shi Tong for 5. Oh, no, during each of your turns. Yeah. So I don't get the discount on it. That's fine. Wan Shi Tong. Bonk. Trigger. All right. What do you have? Do they have Yip Yip? Oh, they just have to discard. Just airbend a creature you control on TO. All right. Hey, we did it. That's 2 quick victories. I'm glad I didn't stretch my mana base. I'm glad I did not stretch my mana base. Yeah. So we're 2-0 right now. That means 1 more win, I think, and we get some gems back. We get 3,600 gems back. Could be worse. All right, but we have our sights higher. We want to get 4 wins and we want to get a box. Okay, let's see if we can do it. Let us see if we can do it. We have a match. 1 more win and at least we get something back. I'm like 4 wins and I'm pretty happy. Opponent goes first. I like our hand. I like our hand. Master Paku is a little bit of a random inclusion, but it's nice to have a 2-drop, right? Earthen Ally. I see. Okay, Compassionate Healer is a better 2-drop. Master Paku is an ally, so if I turn 3, I'll probably just turn 3 Mechanist, but... Okay, alright, Compassionate Healer. Will it get... Okay, I thought they might quench it, but they did not. Which I'm happy about. This guy is not an ally, unfortunately. He's an Artificer. Oh, the Mechanist, that's a good one. Well, 2 can play at that game. Interesting. I trade, right? Yeah, I'm gonna trade. Interesting. Play this. Do I play the Mechanist? They probably don't have removal for it immediately. The Mechanist is, yeah. I think I just play it. Play my Mechanist. Play my threat. Yes, go ahead and read my card. It's a weird one. So if I get to untap with it, I'm really happy. Because then I'm just going to make my 5/5. And they're probably going to make like 1,000 clues. But, you know, what's better than a 3/1 artifact creature with flying? A 5/5 artifact creature with flying. It's not legendary either, so I can just keep doing this. Like, I can make 1,000 of these. These come in tapped, so you can't crack your clue. You might not want to, but you can't do it. This isn't just during my turn, right? That's very important. Curious farm animals. Oh, the farm animals can kill my guy. That has summoning sickness, so I'm not sure why you did that. Just to intimidate me, I guess. All right, next I will attack. Because it's already a 3/3 with vigilance, which is pretty darn good. Okay, I'm just triple checking this is not just during my turn. Make a 5/5 with flying and crew 3. Yep. Okay. I love the art on this. I didn't watch Avatar the show, but some of these cards, like just the flavor in a vacuum, I can really appreciate. Like, what are these little things here? The little ghosts, pumpkin-y guys. Okay, what are you doing? This is an artifact. You can kill it. Yep. But in response, I'm gonna make. You can do it. Yeah. It's allowed, but I get to respond by making a 5/5. It doesn't look like an artifact, but somehow it is. I wonder, yeah, okay. You definitely want to use the farm animals to kill my mechanist, not my 5/5, right? Okay, you're not going to attack me. Well, I'll activate this ability. All right, so this guy turned into a 5/5 flyer. You're going to let me make another one? Ooh. Do I want to? Maybe. Maybe I do. Can I play the River Spirit? I actually can. That's totally sweet. And they don't even have counter mana up? Yeah, I mean, I almost want to. I think maybe a better move is just Avatar Enthusiast into Paku, crew this, and attack. Do I need another 5/5? I kind of want another 5/5. What if I just make a second 5/5? Is that a good use of my time? This card's so confusing. I feel like its win rate probably understates how good it is because of how skill testing it is. Like the third time I play with this, I bet I'll be way better at it. One 5/5 flyer is probably good enough, right? I don't know. Like if I make a second 5/5 flyer, then next turn I can just crew my flyer. They're not legendary, right? It feels wasteful not to do it. This is so funny. I'm not under any pressure. Yeah, maybe I just make a second flyer. No. I think that's foolish. The whole second flyer thing, I think, is just a bad idea. I think I just start trying to win the game. Okay, you can block, sack, and crack, yeah. It happens. Okay. You kind of froze me out for a turn. I think just developing my board is better. That might have been foolish. But now I get to crew this 5/5 up. I think one 5/5 flyer is enough to win a game when you also have a 4/5 flyer and, you know, on backup and a 3/3 flyer. I think just playing my cards is probably the way to win. I think cracking your farm animals is just a good move. Yeah, the Mechanist is a good answer to my 5/5 flyer situation. So having an Avatar Enthusiast on the ground seems good as well. You have Legend of Yang Chen. Okay. So I'm basically trying to win before that goes off. Each player with one permanent, so you get to choose and then I submit 0. Okay. You could have killed that in a much simpler way with the farm animals. Okay, let's see. So I'll play a land. So the River Spirit, I can do it with just Paku, right? So I'll crew this. I think I definitely want to play the Spirit this turn. So I'll crew this. I'll attack and you'll block it. You'll crew your clue and block. Yeah, you get to airbend my 5/5. That's pretty annoying to me. That is pretty annoying to me. All right, and then I'll play a River Spirit. Target you for no reason. All right, let's get some good stuff. Razor Rings is probably good. I think Razor Rings is good. I can play it and a 4/4 in the same, and a 4-drop in the same turn. So, okay. Okay, so they are going to have us draw 3, which means they think I'm ahead. But now I'm pretty scared. I don't know. Legend of Yang Chen is a good one. And you have Planetarium of Wan Shi Tong. Of course you do. Of course you do. Of course you have Legend of Yang Chen into Planetarium of Wan Shi Tong. Why wouldn't you? Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, at least they're not doing this during my turn. I wish I had something to answer the Mechanist, because this thing is just going to generate blockers for them every single turn. But let's see what they hit. Hopefully not a big stompy. I do like that they have not used their farm animals at all. I feel like they could have done that on an earlier turn and saved themselves some grief. But maybe not. Alright, my only hope is that they just hit, like, nothing. At least it doesn't look like a no-brainer. They're not, like, ripping off, I don't know, what could it be? Ong? The Bant Ong? One top, one bottom, so they found something. What is it? Yeah, I put myself at, like, 10% to win this game, probably. I just think Legend of Yang Chen into Planetarium of Wan Shi Tong was a little bit too many mythics for me. What are you doing? Oh, and then you play something in Waterbend. Oh, you have your own Benevolent River Spirit? Rats. Oh, allies at last. Okay. Sure? Yeah. Wow, they're very confident about being able to deal with my flyers. They are very confident about being able to deal with my flyers. I guess that's just because they're going to get this 4/5 that just, like, board wipes me, basically. Okay. Pretty terrible draw by us. So I'll play a cat owl. Crew this up. In with potentially all three. No, I'll just in with two. Bonk and bonk. And then I'll play a first time flyer. And I guess the question is just, do they have enough flyers? But they do, because they're going to airbend my creature. They're going to double spell Planetarium, airbend my creature, my 5/5, and then this thing flies, and they also have the Mechanist to make another flying blocker. So we are pretty cooked. Pretty cooked. But let's see how they finish us off. I guess the way to turn this around is if I draw Wan Shi Tong. 2 on top. Holy moly. Origin of Metal Bending. And then you airbend one of my creatures. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, Mechanist into Legend of Yang Chen into Planetarium was just a little bit much. Planetarium is just too good. Would this have been any different if I didn't trade the Compassion Healer? No. Would this have been different if I had made a second 5/5? Maybe, but now Avatar Yang Chen is just going to get to... It would have just airbended everything, probably. They would have just airbended the second 5/5, so I don't think that it actually makes a difference. Okay, in with the team. Oh, shouldn't have attacked with Paku. I'm basically conceding at this point, but... yeah, I guess I'll untap this one. That's the one that's most likely to survive this combat. But before we concede, might as well just, I don't know, see if we can have some absolute miracle here. Okay. It happens. Shoot that one. Prowess trigger. And we'll see what you've got. Probably something. What'll it be? Okay. Doesn't have first strike or anything, right? 2, 3. Okay. All right. Well, I didn't hate that. Can't I waterbend 5? Why can't I play this? Cost 0 and I waterbend 5. As an additional cost to cast it, waterbend 5. Why does it say 0 on top? It's... The spell's mana cost has been modified to 0. It's airbent, so shouldn't it cost 2? I'm actually not getting this. I feel like it should say 2, shouldn't it? two colorless. I feel like is this a glitch? I don't really get it. If you know why that's happening, comment below. Let me know what the heck is going on there. Probably flexible waterbender is actually better than the cat here, the cat owl. Kind of think that flexible waterbender is better. Well, okay, they might just be about to quench me, or they might just crack their clue. But the waterbender can get more damage in because the cat owl just gets blocked by a 3-1, but we're probably gonna get quenched. No, it was just holding priority for a clue. So why does this say 0? That's something that I don't understand. All right, planetarium, one top. Ugh, planetarium is just unbeatable. Of course, I was waiting for you to get that one. Can we possibly? I guess if I now top deck Wan Shi Tong, or no, sorry. What's the one that I have? The Mythic Owl. Yeah, Wan Shi Tong. I guess if I top deck Wan Shi Tong, it's possible, and now you get a badger mole. Yeah, we pretty much can concede. Let's just see. I mean, their deck is absolutely cracked. Like planetarium, and then they have the mythic, and then they played the mechanist on curve. If they hadn't played the mechanist on curve, we would have been in really good shape. I'm not sure what I could have done differently about that. I guess the weakness of my mechanist is that it is a little bit slow. This is gonna hit me for 10. Awesome. Yeah, I think they're overwhelmingly likely to trophy with that deck. Planetarium is one of those cards that just, in sealed, that would be my first choice for what I would want to have in my sealed deck, because it can go in any deck, right? It puts no constraints on your mana. Well, that's really a shame. I really hope that we can win the next one. I don't think there's any need to change my deck. Like, I could try to squeeze more power into it, but curving out, the way to win that would have been curving out even better. Just getting more flying damage faster. Oh, I hope we win this one. I really want to get something back. This deck feels really strong. Last game, it didn't feel so great, but that's probably because my opponent deck was so cracked. Okay, but every game is a new game. The opponent's on double blue, but they have the barrels. I'll just start with the Compassionate Healer. Then probably playing Iguana Parrot. Put a double strike counter on it, and it has prowess. Okay, I'll take it. They're not putting the double strike counter. Vindictive Warden, sure. Interesting. This is kind of why Iguana Parrot is no good. It's just so outclassed in this situation. It's possible that I attack and Razor Rings, but I don't really want to. I'd rather play the Iguana Parrot, and then Razor Rings can be quite a blowout. So here they quite reasonably think they're the beatdown. They're just going to be attacking me with everything, doing as much damage as possible. The thing about Iguana Parrot is it gets to attack, and the prowess trigger makes it so hard to attack into. And Razor Rings is exactly the kind of a card that enables that. I'm obviously not going to block May because they can just double strike it to pick off a free Compassionate Healer. All right, so let's see what this is. They have Firebending 1, Faded Firepower for 1. I don't hate that. So they really think they're the beatdown, is what they're saying to me. But I think it's not so cut and dry. So I probably play... I think maybe I attack with both. Play First Time Flyer and hold up Razor Rings. And then I'll block May with First Time Flyer, block Vindictive Warding with the Iguana Parrot, and shoot May. It does mean that my Iguana Parrot would die. If its source you control will deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much plus an amount of damage equal to the number of fire counters on it. So this will deal 3 damage next turn. Okay, so maybe I actually hold back my Compassionate Healer. I'll play the First Time Flyer. And end. All right, Razor Rings is looking good here, but we'll see what they have. If they have like one more good card, they could convert this into quite a beating. So pass. First, I'm going to see if Razor Rings resolves. Just going to Razor Rings that guy. See if it happens. And I should gain 1. All right. And then what can they have here? How to start a riot, firebending lesson. I'll triple block. So one removal spell doesn't do it. How to start a riot gives them 6 damage, which still only kills 2 of my creatures. Yeah. I think I'm playing around stuff. I think I'm playing around the obvious things. Lightning Strike doesn't do it for them. They don't have enough to barrels, which also wouldn't do it for them. So you'll kill my parrot, I assume? Most likely. No. They killed the other 2. Hold on. Oh, you can do... Oh, I didn't really think through how this works. You can do 1 damage to each of them. Gotcha. Well, that's fine. Am I just going to play Wan Shi Tong next turn? 3 mana. I could play Water Tribe Rallier and a land, but then I can't play Abandoned Attachments. I think I'm just going to Wan Shi Tong it. When it enters, you put 3 counters on it and draw 1. Drawing 1 is pretty good. So it'd be a 5/5. Maybe I don't really want to play that yet, but then I shouldn't have played my land. Rats. Yeah, I think maybe having Wan Shi Tong is important here. Do I just main phase Wan Shi Tong? No, I don't think so. Deserter's Disciple. I'm just really worried about getting quenched. They didn't seem to have quench before. So hopefully they don't have it now. All right, I'm just going to try playing it for 3. Ugh, am I going to get quenched? Quench would pretty much end my run. I just don't think they have it. They have to have just top decked it. Let's see. Do you have it? Do you really have it? No. Okay. Yeah, they would have had to just top deck it. So I was just counting on them not top decking a quench that turn. TO is pretty sweet, isn't it? I like that. I'll play TO. So they don't have quench. So they're going to make their Deserter's Disciple unblockable, but that's only 3 damage. Draw a card. Do I just pitch Abandoned Attachments? It's probably right. Oh, so I actually tapped wrong. I was thinking I would play... No, I'm going to pitch Avatar Enthusiast and hold up Abandoned Attachments. Not that I'm going to play Abandoned Attachments, though, because I need the other land. Well, it's probably good to be able to cast Abandoned Attachments if necessary. I don't think Avatar Enthusiast is going to be very good here. So let's do it like this. Put a counter on that. Hopefully 7 damage gets through here. We shall see. I don't think there's much in 2 blue at instant speed in the set that's relevant. And end. And Water Tribe Rallier is a bomb. I shouldn't be throwing that away to Abandoned Attachments lightly. It's probably better than Iguana Parrot in context. So you can shoot Wan Shi Tong. Okay, yeah. Very happy if that's how you spend your turn. You don't have prowess or anything, do you? Okay. All right. Wan Shi Tong did work. All right, you give it unblockable. And then you hit me for 3. Checks out. Pass. Bonk. Okay, so next turn I'm representing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. Ooh, that's a sweet one. Well, I don't want to... I don't want to... Wait, hold on. Can you pay the X cost? Okay, I actually have to look this up. Okay, it's what I thought. You can't pay the X. You don't get to, like, pay for it. So I'll pitch Abandoned Attachments. Put a counter on TO. Bonk and bonk. And then I think I do just go ahead and play Ong. I mean, it feels like maybe I get board wiped or something, but... 1, 2... Actually, I don't care about that Faded Firepower so much. I actually don't care about it. I think I'm gonna bounce a Disciple, even after all of that. Yeah. So I guess they had a way of dealing with one flyer, but then when I played the second flyer, they were out. Yeah, that was a more normal game of Magic. It felt like they were maybe a little choked on lands, but they were playing a super aggressive deck. I wouldn't be surprised if they were on 16 lands. Okay, all right, so we got 3 wins. I still need to rip off 3-0 to get a box out of this, but wilder things have certainly happened in this life, and I'm pretty happy to be getting at least 3,600 gems back. I wouldn't be thrilled to pay 4,500 gems for the privilege of a draft, but or of a sealed event, but you know, okay, if we can win this one though, we're looking really good. Then I think we almost get our price of entry back. So I'm definitely going to be trying hard. You know, I do have Wan Shi Tong. It's a little slow on Compassionate Healer to not have a plains, but I'm also on the draw. So I have time to draw plains or another island. And I have Abandoned Attachments, which maybe that's just my turn 2. Almost certainly that's just my turn 2. So I'll play this. Scry. Okay, I'll keep that plains on top, yeah. Yep, I will do that. And end. You do have Quench mana up. I haven't gotten ill quenchiated this whole run. That's a first. I wish I had a quench. But alas, I do not. Putting it on top. Hate to see it. Alright, I am going to abandon attachments to make my future, what do you call it? Flying lesson kids or whatever better. I'm sure I got that name so wrong. Alright, Iguana Parrot's not the worst thing to represent here. I'm just trying to ramp to Wan Shi Tong. That's all that it's about. Maybe I should have found some build of the Azula. It just wasn't good. The whole Azula thing was just not very good. No blocks. Okay, I'm gonna attack and look really scary. Okay, I want to play this, I think. Okay, what am I most likely to do? Compassionate Healer plus Razor Rings. It's probably the most likely one. Better than Master Paku, I think. Better than Flexible Waterbender, probably. Yeah, let's do it that way. All right, so I'm going to attack. Okay, I will definitely just go ahead and do this. So zap it. I think they thought it was a bluff. They definitely thought it was a bluff, but it was not a bluff. Then I play this, which is a little awkward in context because Glider Kids stops everything that I have. But if I can just draw one non-creature card, then that's no longer true. I want to get a really big Wan Shi Tong. Ty Lee, okay. That's all right. Locking down Iguana Parrot, but then you still can't really attack. Okay, you can, but that gives me a scry. So I'll do that. Yeah, I think I want to draw action. All right, play a land, and then you can quench me, but I don't think you have it. All right, I mean, Ty Lee's a good one. Come on, I really want to win this game. Waterbender plus Healer is nice. Okay, that's fine. It's not, like, lovely for me, but that's fine. Do I just Wan Shi Tong at the end of their turn? Oh no, I want to triple spell here for sure. Triple spelling seems really good. I don't really want to put all my eggs in a singular basket. So put that on the bottom. Play Paku. Play Waterbender. I don't want to look too like super obvious here. Holding up Quench, basically. All right, I'm at 13, they're at 16. I'll certainly just, like, if they attack right now, I'll just shoot their Glider Kids. For sure. Waterbender has Vigilance, which is so nice. Waterbender is one of those cards that, like, you don't really respect. I love, actually, the Power and Toughness switching cards in all the sets that they've been printing recently. They don't have Corrupt Court-Official mana, so I think I'm safe to do this. These cards are, like, On Swift Savior. Okay. Yeah. I think that's all right. And then you get a Scry. Okay, I'm just going to play I'm just going to main phase Wan Shi Tong to play around, like, whatever, Soka's Haiku or something. But yeah, Flexible Waterbender, it's so hard to block. Okay. So I'll play a land. Do I play my land before I play Wan Shi Tong? Wan Shi Tong is going to go down for 5. Yeah, because you actually get another counter for that. Really incredible card. So I'll play this for 5. Draw 2. Draw 2 is not like the greatest Wan Shi Tong of all time, but a 6/6 flying vigilance is pretty good. And then I definitely attack with the waterbender. No questions asked. Do I trade? Probably. Yeah. Yep. I'm happy to trade here. Definitely. 1, 2, and 3. Do this, and I guess I mill you. First time flyer, is that a good draw? I think so. It's a 2/3. Is it better than my average card is the question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lands already seen. So I have 7 lands left. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on the bottom. I think it's worse than my average card. Milled them an island. Ugh. Kind of wish I had left them that island. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they cannot transform Ong. Not that it probably matters that much. Okay. See what they've got here. Messenger Hawk. Okay. That helps you waterbend for sure. So this thing turns into a 5/5 reach. So Wan Shi Tong actually is priced like at exactly the right level. Ugh. It always happens to me. If I attack with Wan Shi Tong, yeah, I don't really get blown out by Razor Rings. Okay. It's a little scary, honestly, but okay. North Pole Patrol is kind of good here, honestly. I will play my land. All right. I'm just worried because any removal for Wan Shi Tong and it's over for me because I've not been successful at finding any other threats. Technically, North Pole Patrol can tap down Ong Swift Savior, but that's a dangerous game. That is a dangerous game. North Pole Patrol was a nice find. They are a little choked on land, it seems. I don't really have enough interaction to feel like I can get rid of Ong Swift Savior with any consistency. Cat Owl. Okay. So basically, I thought I cut the Pretending Box Spirits. Maybe not. Basically what I can do is I can tap their Cat Owl and attack with Wan Shi Tong. Three, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay. I can also untap Iguana Parrot. That's kind of cool. North Pole Patrol lets me untap Iguana Parrot. Yeah, let's tap actually Messenger Hawk. If I tap Messenger Hawk, do I get blown out by... No matter what, I get blown out by the +2/+2 trick, which is a common. No, it doesn't do it if I tap the Cat Owl. Okay, so I definitely tap the Cat Owl. Yeah, to play around the +2/+2 trick. Yeah, in with Wan Shi Tong. All right, we got them to chump, so I'm happy about that. Play Pretending Poxbearers and pass. Terrible draw. Terrible draw. Really a bad draw. All right, they got a land. Hopefully they weren't looking for 6 mana to do anything too egregious. Okay, it's not the 6 mana Mythic Saga, the one that I faced last game. Katara, kind of a good one. It's not getting them out of this situation though. Momo, not so relevant. Okay, now I'll tap down Iguana Parrot. In with Wan Shi Tong. All right, I don't hate it. Then I'll play this guy and pass. So next turn I can tap down Ong. We'll see what they have, but I could tap down Ong. Soka. Yeah, you're not doing much attacking. Until they find interaction for Wan Shi Tong, we're ahead. Oh my goodness. I'm just not drawing well. All right, well, I'll tap that. And attack with Wan Shi Tong. So Wan Shi Tong has done a lot of work, I'll tell you that much. Are you going to take it? Kind of makes sense, I think. I think I will play this land. Draw from Katara, yeah, it's a good one. And when you flip Ong, you're gonna... Okay, putting it on the bottom I like. Ugh, this is so tense. No. They really found something. I mean, I needed to not just, like, have such terrible draws for so many turns, I think. That was probably the curse. Okay, so they've given me an opportunity here. I can untap my Iguana Parrot. Oh, no. Iguana Parrot has Vigilance. Never mind. Okay, love drawing Messenger Hawk. That's a really, really good one. So I'll play Messenger Hawk. I'll absolutely just draw the card. This is a race to draw cards, so I don't think it matters how I tap. So I'll draw a card. Come on, Flying Ong. Flying Ong. Ong. Get me Ong. Oh, man. How many lands can one person draw? It's really sad. It is really, really sad. It is really, really sad to draw so many lands. In with Momo. All right, we got rid of that. What? Oh, yeah, you can do that, yeah. I don't really know what to say. I mean, I just feel like I'm always out top decked pretty much every game of Magic that I play. I know that I didn't have card selection in this deck. Maybe I was supposed to find a way to play black. Like Sold Out would have been good. I really don't have much left in the way of bombs, and they're just representing like the best bomb in the format pretty much. Ong's Savior is an absolutely top card. Well, we got 3 wins. There's an outside chance that we can pull this one out, but I would again put us at like 5% to win. And of course they also have the Mythic Saga. Everyone has this Mythic Saga. It's pretty incredible. It is pretty incredible that everyone got that one. They're not going to have us draw 3, I'm sure. Joke's on you, I have absolutely no good cards, so. Yeah, we can pretty much concede. I'll just look at my next draw, but this is pretty much over. Well, we got 3 wins. Took them quite a long time to draw the removal, but they clearly had multiple pieces of removal. They had the Mythic Saga. Really what we needed to happen was just, we had about, I don't know, 8 or 9 draws that were pretty completely blank. And you just can't do that in like a board stall situation. Maybe I should have thrown my Compassionate Healer at them just to get a scry in. But, you know, I mean, oh, you are actually letting me draw 3 cards? No, okay, all right. They have to target me, but they didn't do it. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking that's pretty bonkers. And then they have another removal spell. Well, whatever. I'm going to concede before that happens, but yeah, I'll put it on top. Yep, I mean, you could flip it and just win, but you could do that too. If I get Ong, maybe there's something. Benevolent River Spirit is something. But I don't think it's anywhere near enough. They're going to get to Airbend, and yeah, no, they've got it. That was a pretty dispiriting game. I'm going to go back over that one. I don't think there really were any decisions to make differently. I guess I could have held on to Wan Shi Tong longer, but that in context was not the thing to do. Wan Shi Tong was doing so much work. Kind of sucks. Like, I wish that if I had gotten a few more dual lands, then I could have actually played my Azula. I think I made the right decision by not playing it, but clearly it did kind of deprive my deck of some of the power that would have been nice to have. I guess maybe playing one more Razor Rings would have gotten me out of that spot. Maybe I should have actually been on 16 lands if I'm trying to learn one lesson from this event. Maybe going down to 16 lands would have been the right move here. But I will also say I kind of hate Avatar Sealed. It's a really bad format. Pretty much whatever rares, whatever mythics you get in your pool, if you get like 3 or more on-color mythics that are above like B grade level, then I think you're doing really, really well and you're on track to win a box. If you don't get that, I think it's really hard. And as evidence of this, I'm not just like making this up out of salt or anything. As evidence of this, go to 17 lands and look at the trophy decks. you see almost every trophy deck is 2 colors with like 3 A-level mythics, or at least like A-level rares to mythics. So if you don't get those like 3 on color, really, really strong rares or mythics, it's almost impossible. You do see some scrappy decks that make trophy, but it's not like that. Whereas events that I've won in the past, like I still have some lying around, like some Dragonstorm Tarkir collector box. That one was pretty soupy. I actually had to like get Ugin and Meringue River Regent to win that one. So that one actually was like soupy, but it was soupy, which means if you get the good cards, you can play them. This format, it has mana fixing, but it's way more hit and miss. Like here, we got way more power than we could actually fit into one deck, I think. And then Foundations, the Foundations event that I won, and similar for like a Bloomberg event that I won, it had like no rares. It was, I think I had like a Scavenger Ooze and maybe like nothing else pretty much. And then just some really good uncommons. Because that was a format where if you just had good commons and uncommons, you could really take it down. Anyways, I have way more fun drafting, so I'm going to be back to doing that tomorrow. But, you know, I mean, this was a fun event. Like, I did get some gems back. Kind of wish I'd gotten up to that 4 gems level where you get 7,200 gems back, but 3,600 isn't nothing. I still have 13k left, which is, you know, a good pool. But that's definitely my last buy-in. I think I don't necessarily recommend this event. I'm really hoping that Lorwyn, when it comes out, has, you know, better kind of return on value for purchasing these gems. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please, you know, if you like this content, go ahead and subscribe. I do post a new draft video every single day. I'll probably honestly start drafting Final Fantasy after this. So if that sounds cool to you, please go ahead and subscribe. There's a link in the description. Have tons of fun playing Magic, and don't be afraid to splash.